You think? I asked with both worry and slight anger.
How do you portray that? I don't know.
Hysteria? I don't know. You can be in hysterics, I guess. He rolled his eyes and cast me a look of annoyance. Sorry, I apologized, trying to calm down. It was when I noticed our peculiar location that I got worried again. Rick seemed unhappy with this turn of events as well, but expression was unreliable.
Unreadable.
Okay, it's going to be me versus the fanfiction.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of a thick forest floor. Trees surrounded us in every direction, and we had no telling which way led out. It was cold, not to mention dark, and the moon turned sharply just above the stretching trees.
Technically, that is incorrect. Though, as of Resident Evil 0, it was revealed that it was a full moon out during the start of Resident Evil 0's whole thing. When you're in the middle of a forest at night, unless you're in a very specific clearing or something, you cannot see the moon. Trust me, I used to live in a heavily forested area. You would not be able to see the moon in those circumstances through the trees. Sorry.
Rick, I asked, petrified of the dark suddenly. Rick had walked a step forward to look deeper into the dark forest.
It's already surrounding them.
Yeah, my problem is, well, of course your eyes will adjust to darkness, but if it's that thick of darkness, you're screwed.
Yeah.
What? He asked without much interest at all. 1, I'm scared. I started looking around in a slightly fearful manner, as if a monster would jump out at us. Rick walked over to me with a soft expression on his face and looked down at me. Don't worry, it's going to be okay, he said, trying to calm me down. I nodded, though I don't think I meant to.
Notes that there's several punctuation errors throughout this that do not convey what one being spoken. Yeah. Sorry.
Wow. 2, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Cliche. I said with a fake accent, even though we lived in America.
And vacationed in Denmark. Oh my God.
And vacationed in Denmark. Rick sighed a little, annoyed. Okay, a fake accent.
What kind of
an accent? Because there's many accents in the United States and Canada,
the world
too. But and vacationed in Denmark.
Rich bitch. Sorry.
Well, no, it's not even that. But why does it matter that they vacationed in Denmark?
Later there's some stuff involving Danish, I think. Don't ask.
Are we going to need to read Danish?
She translates it in an author's note.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, it's not like there's one really bad fanfiction that ignores the geopolitical implications of. Let's just
we'll get to that at a later date.
Yeah, there's some stuff involving Italy, and none of the Italian is translated, and it makes me cry. And I like that one character is my baby, so I'm just like, I wanna hug you. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it's going to be okay, he said, trying to calm me down. I nodded. Oh, did I? No, I thought it was. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you went back up.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. This isn't the time for jokes.
This isn't time for jokes, he said, and he said a little pissed too. Wait. Okay, you can't say something.
But here.
Oh,
like, I hit page. I'm used to my computer.
My computer is possessed.
No, I'm used to my computer, so I ended up hitting the wrong button because it's at a different location on your computer.
But my thing is, he said a little piss too. You have to say something first before you can say something too. Oh, Rick sighed a little annoyed, but okay. I know, I said slowly and started to look around a little paranoid, but then I realized who I was with. I looked at him. He had a white t-shirt on, blue baggy jeans that covered his bare feet. My toes started to freeze. Remembering that I had bare feet also. But still, I'm with my older brother who can protect me, so I felt a little bit defeated, but encouraged nonetheless.
And it's misspelled, by the way, nonetheless. And there's random dashes in it. Yeah.
Hey, Rick! If I were stuck in a dark forest all alone and freezing to death with any person in the world, I'm glad I was with you. It's like the Foragers incest commercial.
Exactly. Only I feel sorry for this guy.
A big old cup of incest.
Yes.
I said, smiling up at him, though I couldn't make out his expression on his face too much. Rick started to laugh. Thanks, now I have an idea. We'll go that way, okay? He asked for my approval. I nodded, confirming it. If you can't see each other, why would you nod?
Oh my god.
I mean, I guess you can see the outline, but when you can't see, you use your other senses, so verbal communication would be big here.
Yeah.
I took a hold on Rick's hand, scared of anything that moved in the dense forest.
Even though nothing has shown up yet.
I had never held my brother's hand.
Never. Oh my god, this looks so faltering.
This chapter brought to you by Virgil's Coffee. Never. We walked on with sore feet until we reached a train that had looked like it had been stuck here for ages. It was metal black, wide, and had wide, non-see-through windows, and it looked first class.
Non-see-through. Very technical term.
Wouldn't tinted be better?
Yeah.
That look.
And the windows would have been. Nah. Anyway.
That looks like the train from Resident Evil 0, I said numbly and shocked. He rolled his eyes at me.
Wait. She later. Okay, so the author. Like, if she doesn't know if he didn't play the game at their house, that means she shouldn't know what the fuck the Ecliptic Express even looks like. That's the train's name, by the way, the Ecliptic Express.
She could have played it on her own.
True, but I don't know, it bothers me, because it's like, it sounds like it's established that...
Well, thank you for ruining the moment. Note to self, next time I get stranded in the middle of nowhere with this bloke, bring Karen too, I said. He smirked at me, reminded of our younger sibling, who was 14. Why do we care? Are they going to come, waltz in here, and do a little jig? Because I really don't care who this chick is. She's your younger sibling. That's all I need to know. We walked to the doors, which were heavy-looking doors, and decided to go inside after a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. He always wins. I just don't get how rock beats paper. Oh well.
It doesn't.
Wait. Oh, how rock beats
It doesn't.
Oh well, on the plus side, we might be able to find a phone or something of that matter, so we went inside. Not at this time period, chickadee.
Oh.
Of course, train things.
Well, it's supposed to be, it looks like it's abandoned for a while. I was like...
Yeah, it's like nothing would work if it was abandoned for a while. Air quotes at that. There were ripped seats, which were seated
going in the direction of the front of the train. How does she know what the front and back of the train were? I mean, like, when I was first playing Zero, I was like, oh, which is the front and which is the fucking back? I don't know.
It was all dark, and everything that could have belonged to every person in the universe was scattered amongst the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Plates, briefcases, cups, papers, and so on. There were windows cracked in weird patterns on the opposite side of where we were standing. So they were just cracked. Rick took a step forward into the dark and hit his foot on a small radio the size of your hand. Dun 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 dun. Okay. I whispered. He gave me the moron look. Can they still see each other, or is it still dark?
It's still dark. And bent down to pick it up.
He bent down to pick it up. In order to do so, he had to let go of my hand. He has 2 hands, and you can bend with him. I waited for him. I waited for him patiently to come back. Is he running a mile?
I don't know.
He stood back up, towering once again over me. I looked up at him, smiling broadly. Hey, welcome back, I said to him, just dandy. He smiled and looked at the raider. Suddenly the heavy doors from behind us opened up, and a girl with red hair and green-looking eyes came onto the train. I gasped and jumped a foot high out of surprise. Rick raised his fist to punch. The girl raised her gun at us both, but I think mostly at Rick.
Rebecca has brown hair in all iterations.
She wins their Riddick?
Yeah, Riddick.
Riddick? I said, calling him by his nickname. Oh, I feel sorry for him. And suggesting the gun. Rick shrugged and nodded in defeat. Another ego wound.
Ouch!
Another ego wound. Okay, sorry. I thought it was going to be another ego wounded. Ouch! We both then realized who she looked like, and we were too stunned to say anything. Dun dun dun! I said even louder, which was the only thing I could manage to choke out. Rick snapped at me. Could you cut that out? He asked hotly, but I only smiled. "'Kay, sorry," I said, chuckling. The girl looked amused and lowered her gun, which she put into its holster. I looked around again at the dark cab, afraid once more. This should be a comma, it feels like.
Yeah, there's a lot of punctuation errors in this.
"I'm Rick. This is my sister Claire," he said, shaking her hand, and I shook her hand as well. She was wearing green fingerless gloves, her t-shirt was white, and her pants were too.
That is not anywhere near close, oh my god.
She had pouches around her waist, and the symbol stars, and her t-shirt. Oh, and she had this really neat green headband around her head. No, she doesn't.
Well, actually, it depends. In the original Resident Evil for the PlayStation, she does in the live-action cutscene, but like cutscenes and shit, for the intro.
Oh.
But in every other iteration, she doesn't have that. But the rest of the description is wrong. She has a white vest, a green undershirt, dark green pants, black gloves, and then like these sort of like a fanny pack and shit. Now the thing is, I know this because I cosplayed Rebecca a while back, so I was like, I had to know how to make the goddamn outfit. So
she looked at us both kindly and professionally. I like your cool gloves, I commented to her. She smiled at me gracefully. Okay, if I found myself in a dark trade and the person came in, I would be like, what the hell? What's going on?
Who the fuck are you?
Thanks, I'm Rebecca Chambers. I'm with STAR's Bravo team. Are you survivors of this train crash? She asked us curiously, and again with the professional look, I nearly screamed out of happiness and excitement. Rick held my mouth to prevent me from doing so and picked me up. Excuse us for a minute, please, he asked kindly. She nodded, confused. He walked to the end of the cab and put me down on a pile of crashed white plates.
Ouch! Like, is she gonna start bleeding or something? No.
Claire, I don't know how this happened, but we're going to have to play along, okay? We can't tell them anything, got it? He asked nervously. He knows me too much. I nodded speechless, however.
There's spaces between speech and less and how and ever, by the way.
We walked back to Rebecca, who was studying the room. When she heard us come, she turned around a little, too paranoid looking, and gave me and Rick the idea that she scared. She looked